Hello children, welcome back to the life class. Children, today we shall start with a new poem on killing a tree written by Jeev Patel. Now children, Jeev Patel, let me tell you something about Jeev Patel. Jeev Patel is an Indian writer, a playwright who generally writes poems or plays or playwrights associated with nature. Children, during his early life or when he adopted his profession of writing, he also practiced medical. He was a physician. But after that, he moved with or he got associated with green movement. Children, green movement means he involved himself in this green movement where he started writing poems, plays which were associated with nature, which were linked with nature. At the same time, you will find that all his plays, playwrights, or stories or maybe poems all deals where he tries to expose man's cruelty towards nature. Right? Now, when I talk about the poem, the title On Killing a Tree, right? Children, On Killing a Tree, this poem, you just take out your book, you will find that it has 4 paragraphs. The poem is divided into 4 paras, 4 paragraphs. Now, the title says On Killing a Tree. Children, have you ever chopped down a dead tree or maybe a live tree? Never. We just can't do it. We cannot chop trees. So on killing a tree, you can understand what pain a tree undergoes. So somewhere the writer is trying to sensitize humans' attitude towards nature. How can a human be so inhuman to cut down trees or would kill a tree? Right? At the same time, I said that the poem is subdivided into 4 paragraphs. Now, children, when I talk about a poem generally deals with few important things. First is, of course, theme, and I have written here speaker. Children, how can you find a speaker speaking in a poem? It means that this poem is written by Jeev Patel and he himself could be the narrator. Or I would say it is a narrative poem, right? Now, when I talk about the setting of the poem, every story has a setting. Children, in the previous live class when I was discussing about story writing, I had discussed about setting. So here On Killing a Tree is not set on an original ground. It is a visual poem. So it has been set as, you can say, visual setting, where the poem has imagined something. Right? It is nothing like real. As I discussed, that setting could be real or unreal. So it is based on poet's imagination. Next, when I talk about is tone. Children, when I will deal with the poem, you will see that the writer has used, sarcastic or I would say causative or caustic tone. So you can use the word sarcastic. At the same time, you will feel that the poet is somewhere sad. So he has used like a sarcastic tone. At the same time, the poet also reveals his sadness towards nature. Right? And the most important thing when I talk about the poem is the rhyme scheme. Now, as you see, children, the poem is divided into how many paragraphs? 4 paragraphs, right? Now, if you read all the lines, you will find that the writer has not used any sort of rhyme scheme, right? Just he has allowed his ideas to flow. And children, if you want your ideas to flow in a very vivid style, you can't follow rhyme scheme. And generally, the writers which emerged after 1900s, this writer was born in the year 1940. So the writers after this time span adopted another very you can say attractive style of using free verse. So this poem is written in free verse. It means it has no rhyme scheme, right? So this much is clear. First, theme. Narrative poem, setting is visual, tone, sarcastic, at the same time sad. And if I talk about the rhyme scheme, it is written in free verse. You also find here few figure of speech that we will discuss at last. Now coming down to the poem. Now before I start with the poem, the 4 paragraphs. Children, first of all, you just take out your book and you can also mark down few important things. This poem works on several levels. Several levels in the sense that if you will read the poem, you will feel that on the literal level, the poem talks about the act of cutting down trees, right? And the poet has somewhere tried to reveal that it is not possible to destroy a tree. To destroy a tree, you need to uproot it, right? This is what the poem has, in general, the poem has. That it is not very simple to destroy a tree, it is very difficult. If you cut one part of the tree, what you find? That from that very part, leaves and branches comes out. So ultimately, if you want to destroy a tree, you have to uproot the tree, which is connected with the earth down, right? Now, the poet here hints towards rampant deforestation through this very visual representation of his poem. The effects that if you will kill a tree or if you will cut a tree, then of course there will be deforestation and ultimately man will be the sufferer. But at the same time, he has used a reverse psychology where he has not advised in a single line in the poem that we should not cut down trees. Why or what he has done? He has used reverse psychology. Children, it means that he has used sarcastic approach by using lines or using you can say, yes, of course, lines where he has stated that when man tries to cut down trees, it inflicts the tree, it gives pain to the trees, and he wants the readers to feel that when you are cutting the tree, the amount of pain the tree undergoes. So through his style, through his reverse psychology, he has tried to prick in the subconscious of the mind of the people that you feel for the tree. And he has also used tree as a symbol for human being. Children, again, when you prick a person, when you humiliate a person, or when you slowly or gradually when you try to kill a person, it is not just killing a person and making him die. If you want to kill a person, the another way of killing a person is to hurt him. And slowly and steadily, if you want to kill that person, you have to kill him spiritually, you have to kill his soul, right? So similarly, the same action is being done by man, is being done by human being towards nature. We are just trying to corrode, we are just trying to, prick, hurt, inch by inch, slowly and gradually. And that pain, the writer has tried to portray in his poem. So man should feel for nature as man is interconnected with nature, right? So children, just to kill a tree, you need to uproot. Similarly, to kill a human, you have to kill his soul, right? And when you kill a person by small things, by hurting him, or by as a child, as a student, when you don't listen to your parents, you hurt your parents, right? So that gives a pain, right? So that pain the writer wants to visualize his readers. So he has not advised his readers not to cut down trees, but he has very smartly used reverse psychology to bring the same element into the minds of the reader. Now coming down to the poem, as the poem is divided into 4 paragraphs, children, let us see the poem. The very first stanza, it tells us that killing is not easy, it is very time consuming. Because when you try to kill a tree, it is not so easy to kill a tree, because for that you just don't have to cut down the branches, right? A jab of a knife is not enough, as it is mentioned. A jab of a knife, just one blow of a knife is not enough to kill a tree. A tree grows straight out the earth, nourishing itself on the nutrients found in the earth. Children, a tree requires sunlight, air, right? Water, everything, and it nourishes a small sapling and makes it a tree. So it is not so easy to kill a grown-up tree, right? Now, and even though the bark looks irregular and scaly, leaves and branches sprout of it. So when you like use a jab of a knife, when you just try to chop little bit of the branches, what do you see? That a grown-up tree again heals and sprouts out from where you have cut. Second paragraph, what he says, so hack and chop to former size. This entire paragraph, it says the hack of a knife or an axe or chopping of a bough is not enough to kill a tree down. These jabs may inflict what? Pain on the tree. Means slowly and gradually, if you are trying to cut or if you are trying to destroy a grown up tree, it is not going to destroy, but it is going to give that tree pain. And children, that pain, is something which is intolerable, and that is what the writer has tried to convey to its reader, that try to feel the pain of those trees which you tend to kill, right? Now, but the pain is not enough to kill it. The bleeding bark, children, as you can see here, this is your consonant. So two consonant coming at the same time, right? This is why it is called alliteration, right? The use of consonant coming together in one line. Next it says the bleeding bark, the part where it has been wounded or where a bough is chopped off, will heal with time. Of course it will heal with time, but that pain, that is irresistible. New green twigs will grow again. Boughs chopped off will be replaced by new boughs, which will grow into the former size, means again back to the size. So what he is trying to tell us in these two paragraphs, that what human tries to do is, we try to kill a tree, and he is giving us the way that just don't simply chop. If you want to kill a tree, uproot it. So he is going a bit sarcastic. Why you are chopping? You are only giving pain. It's better to finish it off, right? So indirectly he is trying to create that in the reader's mind, that we have that a concern for the trees, right? Next paragraph, as you see, the third paragraph, it says, in this stanza the poet explains how a tree could be killed. He is giving ways, right? And he says to kill a tree, its root has to be pulled out, because it's already a deep penetrated. Even the earth supports it. Even the earth supports it, even the mother earth supports it, as it has bounded, it's all the, you can say the roots are bound. It's all like deep into the earth, right? So which is the source of a tree's life? The root is the source of the tree's life, and if you want to kill that tree, just uproot the root, right? In order to mortally harm the tree by earth cave. Here what does the poet mean? The poet means deep inside the earth where the root is attached. You can underline that part, children. Earth cave. By earth cave, the writer means to say the roots which are attached with the earth, right? Once the center, the life source, the root is exposed. What happens, children? When you expose the root, when you just take out or uproot the entire plant, and when it gets exposed to the sunlight, then it turns white, isn't it? Slowly it gets destroyed. So it becomes, now the tree becomes vulnerable and it starts decaying, and slowly and gradually the grown tree dies. Next, you see the last stanza, the exposed life source, which when left open to the sun and air. What happens when the roots are exposed to the sunlight, to the heat? It slowly makes the entire root, it gets scorched with the heat, and slowly and steadily it gets withered, dried, and the existence of that tree is lost forever, right? Now slowly it will start to become brown. As I said, slowly and gradually the process means when you have uprooted, slowly and gradually with the heat of the sun, right? When it does not get the proper nutrients, slowly and steadily, at the end of the day, you have tried to kill the soul of the tree. And what will happen? Ultimately, the soul will die, the tree will die. Means the root has decayed, then there is no existence of the tree. So you see, children, how in a very sarcastic way he has tried to deliver his pain, he has tried to convey his pain, that this is what humans do, right? This is what humans do. They just try to give pain to the tree. Similarly, in modern society and in today's society, the same is happening, right? So we need to understand the sentiments of human beings as we understand the sentiments or the you can say, the feeling of a tree. Accordingly we should think. We should not try to uproot, we should not try to kill the soul of a human being. Similarly, we should not try to kill a tree. This is what the message of the poem is. The message of the poem is quite clear: save trees, save life. But this is, children, literal meaning. Metaphorically, he has also used tree as a symbol for human beings. Don't hurt, don't kill, right? Save trees, save life. As trees are very important for the ecosystem and for the ecological balance. This is the poem, children. Do write everything in your notebook. Till then, read the poem, send me in my WhatsApp. Thank you and have a good day.